startup notebook, peanuts laughing in the back. Empty cans on a bare floor, echoes in the busted blinds. They pour another crack, the timeline, let it spill across their minds. Welcome to Out of Time, where the dead still talk and the beer runs dry.
My name's Peenut. This is Trouble T. Roy. And today we're talking about, are we ready for UFO disclosure?
And we have our alien Kevlar on, our pickle halves, so they can't read our brain.
So, so we're ready to go. We have our tinfoil caps on. They cannot read this. We're good.
Yep.
Let's go. So my question, Troy, are we ready for it?
Well, I guess this is the question in the UAP community.
Mm-hmm.
Is does the government have knowledge of these craft?
Yes.
Are the craft actually government craft?
Yes.
Or are they left to us so that we can reverse engineer things?
That's a good point.
What's going on with the UFO UAP thing?
I think if you want my opinion, I
Please.
think 90% of what we're seeing in the skies right now are American-made UFOs.
That could definitely be, because I haven't gone down this rabbit hole as far as many, but I still consider it like it's kind of in the same ballpark. I always think of this scene from Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Good movie.
Where Richard Dreyfuss is, at a press conference, and he's like, and this thing came over my truck and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then the dude in the back, he stands up and he goes, and I saw a Bigfoot. And I'm like, I don't want to be in that crowd.
Yeah.
Like, no, thank you. But there's enough stuff that keeps coming up that makes me really scratch my head.
It should.
And I think you're right, though. It could very well be our stuff, because like I'm thinking like Bob Lazar and all these. I don't know. And what's the French dude's name? Lavalette or something?
Yeah, I don't know that guy's name. That Troy would know that guy's name.
But or Laval. I'm please comment.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Please do.
But you keep hearing these things from these sources over and over and over that supposedly have direct experience or more knowledge than you are or I would have.
Yeah. So my thing is this. So do I believe in the phenomenon of UFOs? Yes, I do.
Now, what makes you believe that?
Well, well, there's a couple things. So one, the sheer numbers, the mathematics. It makes sense that there's beings other than us within the billions. I'm sorry, like quadrillions or Google, whatever,
like in almost infinity stars,
right? So there has to be something out there,
and that I totally agree with. Like if you look at, there's billions of galaxies that we know of,
right? That we know of,
and in those galaxies, there's trillions of stars,
correct?
And I think this is where the whole thing comes down to. Like, we would have to have a civilization capable of contacting us in our own space-time reference point, that we could get that signal, interpret it, and communicate with them. There's so many what ifs with that. Like, it just the scale of the galaxies,
right?
Or not galaxies, the universe, really.
Right.
Is that going to line up? I'm thinking like there's so many variables involved with that. It's like 1 in a trillion shot of some advanced civilization. Not saying they don't exist. They most certainly do. But the chances of them, just statistically,
they have to.
In our own, I watch a lot of the egghead stuff on astronomy.
Right.
And even the eggheads agree. Like they're like, oh, there's definitely alien life. But, and this is the point that most of them bring up that really resonates with me, the chances of us existing in a time frame that they can contact us, we can get back to them, and probably not going to line up.
So with these craft, what they supposedly do is, instead of like using propulsion like jet, rocket fuel, they use something that manipulates time and space.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing, is that time-space continuum. It's artificial. Like, it can be manipulated.
Right. So
we know it can be manipulated.
Are we talking about aliens, or are we talking about time travelers?
Well, and this is another theory. I'm glad you brought that up. That I've heard recently. Like these are actually us from the future.
I heard that theory too.
And if you look at the alien races that exist, there's the Nordics,
right?
And I'm just learning about this stuff. But like the Nordics are these
tall blondes.
Yeah, they're basically like the Hitler Jugend.
yeah, basically the Third Reich.
Yeah, like wow, they did win
from a certain planet.
I thought we beat these guys.
I mean, there's so many different variables of these, and some of them are drones. Like the Greys are considered drones. They don't wear clothes. There's no reproductive organs. So, I mean, not to get too far down the rabbit hole, and mind you,
we're already wearing 10 hats.
I was going to say, we're good.
It's too late for the rabbit hole.
But
already took the blue pill.
We already took the blue pill. Hopefully, you're taking the blue pill
or
now.
the red pill. I forget which one.
I don't know. Whatever one it is, we're stuck in it.
Yeah.
But I think, honestly, like, obviously, there's something. There has to be something, because there wouldn't be the question of them wouldn't be a question unless there was a reason why they were there's a question,
and it doesn't go away. And I think that's the big thing is it keeps coming up and up and up and up, and there's so many more videos of suspicious looking things, but there's also so much AI and people wanting to profit from it or get recognition from it.
Or views.
Yeah, or that's what they call secondary gain. So I'm not directly profiting from it, but I'm getting something out of it.
Correct.
And that's a really strong motivator for people psychologically. So I have to kind of wonder.
I get it.
And
I get it.
Well, this brings up a book that came out. And when I was a teenager, this came out. Communion by Whitley Strieber.
Never read it. Gonna look it up.
I'll
put it right here for everyone.
So in the book, he talks about how he was abducted for most of his life, and it ends up like his whole family was abducted.
I heard this story,
and he had a cabin up in upstate New York.
Is that the one that had like the kids and all that?
Yeah. Okay. His kids ended up being abducted, and I've heard this numerous times. Like they keep getting abducted throughout their life, and then it goes on to the children, and then this is like familial, almost like a laboratory study,
right?
So if this was us in the future, makes me wonder, like, probably, like,
possible,
not for nothing, like the alimentary canal, basically from your mouth to where it comes out, it's just one long tube. What is so fascinating about that?
Well, like, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. But if you think about it, throughout history, there's always been talks of these, and I'll call them like extraterrestrials, so-called extraterrestrial. Hold on.
Edit.
Yeah, go back. Yeah. There's always been talks of abductions. There's always been talks of things in the sky that people can't explain. And I think, honestly, like, I know the phenomenon of UFOs and UAPs, I think is true. Do you think, if it is true, do you think we're ready for that?
I think it would be a destabilizing event for a while. And I can speak to it from having spoken with many, many people with mental health issues.
Right.
And I think there's a large segment of the population with those issues that it would destabilize them.
So are we talking full scale, like worldwide?
It could. I think for a while, for probably 6 months, a year, it would create a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
But then things would quiet down.
Yeah. We get on that mothership. You know what's weird? I forget who I was talking to, and I'm like, I don't understand how you can create something that can bend time and space, fly around, zip this way. Now, mind you, if we were in these crafts, we would spaghettify. We would literally,
the human body wouldn't be able to take that abuse.
So anyone that has that technology, how do these ships keep crashing?
That's the question. Like, we supposedly have crash ships. Like
how does that happen?
Like, I don't know. Like, I'm knock on my 10 head.
Knock on 10.
Yeah. But I get in my car and I drive 5,000 missions back and forth to the grocery or to work,
right,
without an accident.
Right.
Yet these guys keep crashing on planet Earth.
It's almost like they
figured out how to drive the Yugo yet.
They sent us all their drunk aliens. It's kind of like the way Cuba send us all their criminals.
It's the Mariel boat
Yeah,
lift.
they just send a bunch of their drunk aliens over here. Why do they keep Part of me is like, I feel like if that's the case, allegedly, if they're crashing like this, I feel like they're crashing to give us those ships.
Oh, okay. So instead of establishing diplomatic contact, they're saying, "Oh, look at this! It just crashed." Well, here you go.
Right. So
okay.
what I think is if these things can warp time, which
Mhm.
is probably what they're doing, time and space, it's like the end of Terminator. Remember when the hand stayed behind?
Yes,
And that's how they
and they
created
reverse engineered it, and it
Correct.
brought it into fruition.
They're crashing and all this so that we
Okay.
do have that, so that we do create these ships, so that we do create the time
It's
machines.
kind of like that movie
I feel
Arrival.
weird. Yes.
Yeah, it's like thousands of years in the future, we're going to need your help.
Yeah.
So we're going to start the ball rolling now.
Mhm.
Okay, I could see that.
Because I feel, I feel like they're time travelers? Obviously, I think they are time travelers. That's why they look weird. Like if you ever see the movements of some of these UAPs,
Mm-hmm.
they move odd. They move at 90-degree angles. They disappear sometimes.
What I think is happening with that, and this is my supposition, is they're accessing dimensions.
Oh,
They're not actually traveling from point A to point B.
right.
They're going through a dimension that completely negates the point of actually traveling. They just reappear wherever they want.
That's a good point.
And if you look at them, they kind of stand up and then they disappear.
So according to Bob Lazar,
Okay.
so what happens is that's the way they're for a primitive way of saying it. That's the way the motor works.
Sure.
So the UFO or UAP would tip, and instead of like moving forward, it drags the place towards them.
Yeah.
So
like a tunnel. Like
Yes.
they're
wormholing.
the tunnel comes to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instead of going towards that, they drag it towards
So these
them.
Einstein-Rosen bridges.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what has me fascinated most about that is the spooky action at a distance that Einstein talks about. And this is where I think the truth really lies, is that it's these spooky action at a distance, which is basically what we now call quantum entanglement.
That is spooky.
I think that's what's happening, is they're quantum entangling that craft or something on that craft. And then they're able to go to where its counterpart is and then come back or whatever they're doing.
Right.
That's my supposition. And
that's
my best pointy tin hat theory.
Listen, that's a good point. And thank God we have these hats on. Otherwise, we could be in trouble.
Well, they would have made us
trouble.
made even less sense, and no one listens
we could be
to
in real
it.
trouble. But can you, like, America, like, I think America is, I don't think we're ready for disclosure. And mind you, that movie Disclosure Day is coming out soon.
I'm looking forward to that.
So am I.
Yeah. I mean, and I grew up, we're talking Steven Spielberg, Close Encounters of the Third Kind,
Great movie.
E.T.
Great movie.
These are all things I grew up on too.
Right.
So, I've always had aliens in my head, but I'm also one of those people that believe in science.
Right.
Like, I need to see your lab report. I need to read your
to
lab
believe it.
report so I can understand what backs up what you're trying to say. Because there are a lot of people that want attention just by, I saw an alien, or I saw this, or I saw that. Like, sure you did. And last week you saw, a turnip speaking to you in, Swahili. Sure you did.
Well, things are different now because America, I don't know if it's Congress or whatever. Like this is the thing that bothers me the most. So they've been having hearings about this. There's legitimate U.S. government hearings about the UAP phenomena and what's going on in our skies, and nobody's really talking about it.
Well, that could also be placating. So it's hard to say. Just because you get a moment in front of Congress doesn't make it legitimate. It just means that there's enough going on there that they think it's politically worth their while to give them a day in court.
Well, I disagree with you on that.
Okay.
The reason why I disagree with you on that is because we're not just interviewing like randos off the street.
Right.
We're interviewing people that have high positions,
like Navy pilots.
Yeah.
And you can't just be a
Pilots,
schlub and become a Navy pilot.
generals, and these people that are involved in these black projects. So I honestly,
and
like,
then the disappearance of the scientists is another one.
Whoa. We have tin hats on. We don't have bulletproof vests.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
now, I did watch a little bit on that, and because I hear these things, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy. I need proof, but I've looked at enough sources. Like, there's something going on there.
Something's off.
Yeah, like that's beyond coincidence.
Yeah, something's way off.
So it could be something as simple, as like what we did to the Iranian scientists.
Yeah.
Like, you remember that super gun that Saddam Hussein was going to build, and it was going to be capable of hitting, wherever.
Right.
What we did is we tracked down the dude that was building that for him, and we took him out.
Yeah.
We had somebody shoot him dead in a hotel.
Right.
What's to say that foreign power isn't doing that to our scientists? Because we know we do it to the Iranian scientists.
It's a good point.
It doesn't mean it's UFO related.
You know what I think it is? I think it's a good fella. You ever watch the movie Goodfellas? The heist, the La Fonda, or I forget whatever the heist was named. And what happens is they get all this money.
The LaGuardia.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of these 11 scientists discovered or know something of this thing that they're doing. And they're like, instead of like having to explain things, why not get rid of the witnesses?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's much easier to silence, someone.
Just get rid of them.
Yeah, than to refute what they had to say.
Yeah,
who are you talking about? I didn't know who you're talking about.
Dead men don't tell no tales, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I think, honestly, on a percentage scale, I think at least 40% of us in this world are ready for this disclosure.
So what do you think would happen? Let's say tomorrow we woke up and the U.S. government, right now our president Donald Trump is like, oh, there's definitely aliens, and this one's name is George. He likes pecan pie, and
George the alien likes pecan pie.
Exactly.
I'm going to be honest with you, nothing. I think nothing happens. I think we move forward. We're so distracted with what's going on, and this is the world is so good at distracting us from the truth.
Yeah,
I think nothing happens. I think we go off without a beat, and then the next step is to introduce blip bloop from the Zicular star system. I think nothing happens, and then what happens is, after nothing happening, is now you have the people that used to not believe anything. Now they follow this so bad. Now they become gods, just like it was back.
I gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they become little demigods.
Correct. Yeah. It's like if Superman came to this world. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be people that would see him as God.
Well, I just finished The Boys.
Oh, I didn't finish yet. Don't tell me anything.
Well, Homelander sets himself up as a god.
I seen that.
Okay.
And mind you,
that kind of feeds into what you're saying. Yeah.
So I think what we would do is we would find a way to, like, not me and you, but like the majority of the world, they would worship these people as deities, and they would worship. And
that's another theory I've heard, that the aliens are not, they're actually like demons or angels, or
maybe
something
they are.
Like that.
Maybe they are. Who knows? My thing is this: so if you're gonna travel from light years away,
right?
Light years away, and any civilization that has that technology, why haven't they destroyed us yet?
Well, this gets into the dark forest theory.
So
recently read a book. There's also Netflix did a movie or a series on it.
I've seen that.
I'll leave that for another episode. But like anything, they have to make it compatible for TV,
right?
But the theory is that intelligent civilizations recognizing another intelligent civilization will recognize it as a threat.
Correct.
So if you make yourself known to other civilizations, you are instantly taken out because you're a threat.
Correct. Which we are.
Well, in this series, the 3-body problem was the first book, and it goes on. But they talk about that, and it ends up multiple civilizations end up recognizing us, and it's has consequences for us.
Yeah, it should.
Like
We're
bad
terrible.
consequences for us.
We're terrible.
We
So
get turned into the second dimension. So instead of being a 3-dimensional existence, Earth and its environs become 2-dimensional, like a piece of paper.
right,
So that has,
right.
yeah, we start talking dimensions. That's all another episode right there.
Well, but here's all right. Here's my theory.
Yeah.
What has been always was and always will be. So
Mhm.
when you look into your like history, there's always these weird stories of shields in the sky. There's always these weird stories of a cloud leading people,
Or
and
by
a
this sign you
star.
will conquer.
Correct. So
Yeah.
so if these things are really time travelers, which I believe they are,
Okay.
I think the stories that we're hearing in the Bible, the Quran, and all the Native Americans,
Mhm.
I feel like they're not from a different planet. I feel like they're imprisoned in this solar system,
Okay.
and I feel like they've been watching over us for millennia. They've always been there.
It's like George the Alien has the suckiest job in existence. He has to
Correct.
watch human
Correct.
civilization for 5,000 years.
What were the angels called in the book of Enoch? They were called the Watchers.
Okay.
They
Oh,
watched
that's right.
us.
You had said that before.
They
Yeah.
watch us.
Yeah.
So my thing is, maybe I know religion, and I'm not a religious guy. I'm a godly guy.
Mhm.
I believe in God, and we're not going to go too far into all that.
Yeah.
But I feel like these stories that we've been told from people that don't know what technology is
Mhm.
has always been there, because these things travel between dimensions and time and whatnot. And I feel like maybe the Quran's right, maybe the Bible's right, maybe these we call them angels and demons. If you see someone descending from the sky from a fire chariot, what are you going to call that thing?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to say, oh, that's an alien. But
Yeah.
back in the days, what else would you call
Well,
them?
that's like when we were talking about Jinn. They describe them as smokeless fire.
Oh,
Well, like us, we would not call it smokeless fire. We would call it energy.
mm-hmm.
And so it's being able to quantify it and catalog it
Yep.
as this is an alien life form, this is not. And perhaps they have been among us all this time. We just haven't recognized them as such.
Listen, they have the technology. They could waste us in a heartbeat.
Probably.
Why haven't they?
I don't know, because and this is one of the things I think I don't think humans are necessarily just overtly bloodthirsty. Like we don't just walk around willy-nilly, being violent to other people.
Unless it's a hornet.
Well,
F those guys.
yeah, some hornets don't need to be around.
They need to go back to hell where they came from.
No, but I think that's the thing with these aliens. Unless there's a reason for them to take us out, we don't just randomly go around like shooting squirrels just because it's a squirrel and it must die.
Right.
There's a reason you shoot a squirrel, like whatever your reason is. But I think it's the same with them. Why would they just randomly like, oh, you know what? These bugs that live on this planet Earth,
That's a good point.
why would they?
Yeah, that's a real good point.
Because if
unless that squirrel came up with nuclear bombs.
Well, that's another thing.
You know what I'm saying? Unless that squirrel came up with nuclear bombs, or is that war with like blue jays? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
one of the things in this 3-body problem book that was actually interesting also is the aliens are aware of us and we are aware of them at a certain point.
right.
And what they do is they create what they call a sophon, which is basically like a subatomic particle that they send that can actually spy on us.
Oh,
And it starts messing up our science experiments.
yep.
So
I
a
can
lot
see
of
that.
scientists end up leaving science
Yeah.
and or self-deleting
Right.
because their whole life has been geared towards science and all of their experiments are going wrong.
Yeah.
So I could see them being more something like that. Like, you need to go left, but you keep wanting to go right. You need to go left.
This is why we don't have hoverboards. I hope you watched that last show. This is why we
Yes.
don't have it, because they're like, no.
We still want our hoverboards. That never left.
So my question to you is, there's two-part question. Are we ready for UFO disclosure?
I think so. I think as a society, we're ready.
And number two, what happens when that happens?
I think there's going to be a segment of the population, probably those who are already maybe a little bit unstable.
Right.
and it's enough
Me.
to well.
Me, you, we're wearing a
I'm on video wearing a tin hat. how much legitimacy do I have?
Me too.
No, but I think it would be a big hiccup,
Yeah,
but
it
I
would.
don't see it changing the world.
I agree with
don't
you.
see it unless there's like a technology that can be directly adapted to our
Right.
everyday use. I don't see it changing much.
Yeah.
It's gonna change our perspective, but it's not going to change our day-to-day life.
I
I
agree
don't
with
see
that.
that happening.
I agree with that. Yo, and
We
with
might get out of paying $4 a gallon for gas.
Oh, no more gas. Imagine they came down to like no more gas. Like they
Well-
would just zap gas into your
Oh, yeah.
tank. Yeah, that would be great. No electric cars, Element 115, Bob Lazar. And with that, my friend,
Is it time?
we're out of time.
Oh.
Lucky for you, we're out of time.